Hey, welcome back to Five Lakes Garage, and today we're back on the tower. Power, baby. Alright, if you've been following along, you know that we've been doing a lot of stuff to this old girl here. Now the boat itself is almost 50 years old, but this little guy, it's still in its 40s. You probably saw that we messed with the trigger, we messed with the stator, the power packs, fuel system, all the carburetors, and pretty much every darn thing, except for one thing, and that would be the fuel pump. Now it's actually seems to be working okay, but I don't know the history of that, so we're just going to go ahead and replace it. I finally found a kit online with from the serial number to actually get this thing working. I hope. It's kind of hard to figure out because there's a couple of different types of fuel pumps with this guy. Now a fuel pump up here is very simple. It is just a piece of diaphragm that vibrates back and forth and actually pumps fuel. Doesn't have to worry about pressure, too much pressure. It's because it you know, we just need to get fuel into the bowls. So we're gonna go ahead and crack this guy open real quick and take the fuel pump off and just change some gaskets. Should be easy, baby. Alrighty, so we got everything off, and you've probably seen this many times before. Now we do have our fuel pump, which is right here. Now it looks like it's just a couple of screws here, and this whole thing comes off. We'll disconnect some of the fuel lines, maybe replace that with an actual clip instead of a tie wrap, because you know that's how we do. And spill gas everywhere. It's gonna be awesome. Let's go. Alright, got everything out of the way. Let's go ahead and get these guys off. Might be different from yours, but this one, on this particular side, it is 3/8. I'm going to get these guys off. And then, these guys are different. Go figure. This is a 5/16. I'm going to get these guys off. There's the fuel. Alright. Now I'm gonna get some pliers, go ahead and pull these guys off. There we go. Now go ahead and push that thing out of the way because you don't want to get fuel everywhere. Whoa, truck, boat moves. All right, so like I said before, just kind of take the hose, back and forth, and that'll actually break the seal. Because these things, there we go, has a tendency of getting corroded on there. So now, take all my screws out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, need a screwdriver for the top. And of course it's a Phillips head. I'm not exactly sure if this was the way it's supposed to be, or maybe previous owner put this in there. Get one that fits. Alrighty, let's take it all off. Maybe. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this over to the bench, investigate it, kind of look at all the seals, all the gaskets, and make sure we're actually going to put, that we have all the right stuff. But it seems to be pretty easy, I think. Alright, take it to the bench. Alright, wonderful world of fuel pumps. Make sure you have your spectacles in your face. Alright, so we want to make sure that everything is in the right order. So what we're going to do, just to make sure we got it, get everything out. Now this actually looks relatively decent, it looks like. Hopefully I got everything. Alright, now just pick it up, stick it to the side. Everything that comes out, stick it out in order. Alright, now a lot of these things you're actually going to reuse and some of them you're not. So what we're going to do is actually just place the new gaskets in line with all the others. There's one there, and this Okay. Holy crap, looks like we got it all. That's nuts though. Alright, so what we're actually looking for is any cuts, holes, or anything like that in the diaphragm. Now if you look at this diaphragm here, that's pretty wore out. It's not vibrating that much, so we are not getting the fuel that we need. That's probably one reason why on wide open throttle we have a little bit of a hesitation. So right now, wait, oh, there we go. Now you're good. All right, so we're not finished yet because we have a couple pieces to take off on this side. So we're just going to take our little button off, take our little spring, which is in there tight. We're going to take a flathead, or it looks like an 8mm. See what we got down here. Alrighty. Doesn't look too bad. There is a screen right in here, which we're going to be taking this guy off. Which looks like it's about a 3/8. Bam! 3/8 drive. There we go. Like I said, keep everything in order, everything organized. Okay, not too bad. See how the screen looks. Oof. Oh yeah. Look at the corrosion on that guy. Now that right there, that little white chalky stuff, it's not too bad as far as being flexible, but we're gonna replace it anyway. A lot of that and a lot of this crud here, one, it's off the bottom of the gas can, and also ethanol gas. Try to get non-ethanol gas if all possible. So I need a polka. All right, we got a little bit of a gasket right here. Got to peel that off, and we'll try to clean this up as best as we can, because we have new gaskets to go on. All right, slowly pry this guy out. There we go. Now remember the orientation. You have this guy going down, the other guy going up. Also, get rid of your gasket. And this is not coming off easy. Alright, now cleaning these off, make sure you take your time. Make sure you get all the old gasket off, or you're doing all this for nothing. Cool. Alright, now just keep in mind that a lot of times when you get kits like this, it's for several different models. Now some of these pieces I'm pretty sure I probably won't be using, unless I find it, but looks like that's everything. Cool, done. Alright, I'm going to spend a few minutes to actually get these guys nice and clean, so we'll be back in a moment. We've got to get those clean before we actually move forward. Maybe I'll soak them in some carb cleaner or something. Alright, we're back. Everything's nice and clean. Got rid of all of the old gasket. Now, all this... Okay, I say it was nice and clean. I lied. Hold on, I missed a spot. Okay, now all and clean. Now let's just go ahead and start putting everything back. First of all, we're going to do the screen. We're going to put our gasket. Well, it's an O-ring, but still. Make sure that is completely in the groove. Beautiful. Now we're going to take this guy, put it on top. Make sure it's nice and tight. Tight like Twiga. Bam! Alright, now when you're going to need our... So these right here are basically one-way valves. So if you look way down inside, this actually will come up, and it's a one-way valve. That's why one is up and the other one is down. Now you can't really mess it up because you can't put it like that. It doesn't work. So, I'm going to put my gasket in. Put my gasket in. Alright, now that I ditched my CFO, let me get this guy finished. Let me make sure I get all the gasket out. Alright. So you're going to put both gaskets right in place. This guy here goes up. And this guy here goes down. Just like that. Can't mess it up. I hope not anyway. Alright, so then you also have your little cap. Put your screws in. You gotta make sure they're gonna stay in place. Alright, quick tip when you're putting in screws like this. So you got two, one on either side. You wanted this thing kind of go down evenly. So I snugged one, snugged the other, and then I'm going to go back through and tighten it a little bit on each side a few times in order for it to go down straight. Now you don't have to do it, but I like to do it. Put your button back on and this guy is ready to rock. So now inspect all the other stuff. Make sure all this stuff is clean. I need my rag. Alright, just a little bit of brake clean. You can use carb clean, you can use whatever. And all the pieces you're going to reuse, give it a good wipe. Make sure it is clean as clean can be. Make sure you get all the gasket material off, any dirt. Beautiful. Hey, thanks for watching the show. Hey, if you need some outdoor speakers, indoor speakers, whichever, go ahead over to Handui and go ahead and get you 10% off. But if you need some LED lights for your trucks, your tractors, whatever, go over to Exito and get you 15% off. All the promo codes are down and below. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. And we'll catch you later. Enjoy the show. I gotta clean up. Alright, we're going to rewind the video just a little bit, only because sometimes you just need to walk away. Put everything in, put it on the boat, crank, 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 finally cranked up. I'm like, yes! Would not rev, would not do anything, and then it just died. Pumped the pump a little bit, cranked up again. Okay, so the pump is not working. So I went back and looked at it and slept on it, came back this morning and found exactly what I did wrong. So I'm just going to re-show you exactly the order that I got wrong. Take a look. All right, here is our pump. Now this is in the correct order because I just had it running. Take all my screws out. I was using it as alignment tools. So you got your outside casing. Okay, that one was fine. Good job. And then you have your gasket. And then your diaphragm material. Very flimsy. Okay. Then you have your gasket. Now this is where I messed up because I got this one and that one mixed up. So frustrating. There you go. That would be the order in which you need to put it in. So now let's go backwards. And the main reason why I actually figured this out is because I looked at the gaskets that I took off and you got the witness marks. And apparently I put the witness marks on the wrong stupidity side. Okay, so that goes on the bottom. Let me not screw this up again. And this one on top. This one right on top. And you also, when you think about it and you're looking at how the fuel kind of goes around, it comes in the hole, out the hole, all that type of stuff, and it circulates through. If it doesn't have a passage, you're not pumping. So yes, very frustrating and very stupid on my part. But we're going to make it right. I'm just going to put these guys in as spacers. Make sure everything lines up. No kinks. And then finally, your top cap. Goes to show every now and again, take a break. Go take a nap. Alright, I'm going to throw this on the engine. Crank it up and see what we got. Alright, hopefully fix our issues. And put my screws back in the right location. There you go. Don't forget, don't snug it in too much yet. Missing a screw. There it is. And also, once again, make sure you do it evenly. Don't just cinch one all the way down and then work on the next one. Snug it. So, snug the top. Cross it. You guys know if you leave your tools out in the sun, they get really hot. It's amazing. Now you don't want to over tighten this, but you do want to go around at least one more time after you got everything down to make sure, because if you tighten this one down, that one might come loose. So just make sure you go around one more time. Don't kill it. See, that one was loose. There we go. All right. I think my dog Buddy really wants to go fishing or go inside because it's freaking hot already. It's like fairly early in the morning and we're already in the 90s. That part sucks. You know, when I was in Alaska last week, I looked at the weather and the high in Skagway, it's gonna be 69 today. A little different than what we're doing today. All right, here we go. Let's get it primed. All right, see what we got. Alright, that was pretty much the last project that I really had for this thing. Hopefully this thing will actually run the way it's supposed to, and I'm kind of glad I finally found the rebuild kit for this thing. But it seems to be running pretty good right now. The only big test is when we get it out in the water. It has to be running under load, under wide open. I can't really do that here in the driveway, but it idles great. So hopefully in the next few days I'll be able to get it out in the water and open it up and see what she'll do. But for now I gotta button it up and get to a band concert. That's right, Corbin plays the tuba. Anyway, like I said before, take a step back. If a thing's not working right, if you keep pushing through, you're just gonna make more mistakes. Just stop working late like I do and get it done right the first time. Sad. Anyway, hopefully you didn't make the same mistakes that I did, and hopefully you're out there with your 1986 Tower of Power on your 1976 blue bass boat. Anyway, take it easy, have fun, and catch you next time. Later.